Hi, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is a collective reading for Aries. This is your self-reflection reading. Now, if you've not been to one of my self-reflection readings before, the idea behind them is sometimes we've got some inner healing to be done, and sometimes we don't know where to look. So this is a helpful nudge from Spirit to let you know where it is that you need to heal. Now, as this is collective, not everything will resonate, so please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't find any messages in this for yourself, please check your other placements. You're likely to find a message in there. If you do like your reading today, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anybody else that needs to hear it. And if you want to hear more from me, don't forget to hit that subscribe. And if you press the notification bell, it will let you know whenever else I post new content. Right, let's get into your reading. Spirit, can we get some cards, please, for Aries for their current self-reflection? This is a timeless reading, so when it falls into your feed is when it's likely to be relevant for you. But today is the 8th of September. That's too many cards, Spirit. One or two cards at a time, please. It's trying to chuck the same cards out. No, that's too many, Spirit. That's too many too. Crikey, it wants to give you half a deck. I don't know what messages it's trying to chuck out for you today, but clearly there's a lot going on for you. Pretty sure, Spirit, you can find one or two cards that will represent the 4 or 5 of them that you're trying to chuck out at a time. And don't forget we'll get clarifiers too. Right, so the deck I am using is my Dark Crystal deck. I got it for my birthday last week. We're going all for the Jim Henson puppets because I'm also clarifying with a Labyrinth deck. Absolutely love them. So, in your overall energy, we have the Ace of Shards. Now, that is currently in the reverse. Now, a lot of the, well, all of the suits in this are not like the traditional tarot. They're all slightly different. So, yeah, I'll clarify as we're going along. So, the Ace of Shards is like the Ace of Wands. So this is telling me that you've lost the passion in things. You've potentially lost the drive. You feel like life's really dull, quite boring for you. And you just don't really have much motivation for anything. You completely lost the lust for life at the moment. You're feeling really, really low, potentially lacking a lot of energy as well. And it's like you're just following, you just, how to put it? It's like you're on autopilot. You're not really doing anything you're passionate about. It's like you've got nothing to be passionate about. You're constantly telling yourself that there's nothing to look forward to. There's, you know, you've got nothing going for you, and you are being very, yeah, just low energy. You've got really low energy going on at the minute. Potentially you're feeling quite negative, and you could even be in a low vibrational phase at the moment. You need to be doing a bit of healing to raise that vibration. If you are feeling really negative at the moment, make sure you're having your salt baths. Make sure that you've got your you know, onyx, obsidian, clear quartz around you to help with any negative energies if you're into your crystals. But yeah, try potentially meditating as well, and remember the things that are good that are around you, and you know, at least think of 3 things that you're grateful for. You know, tell yourself 3 things that you're grateful for in the morning as well when you get up. Have some positive affirmations. You know, try and raise your vibration a little bit. Try and raise that energy up. Now, what you are telling yourself, we have the 5 of Shards and we have the Moon card. Now, they're both in the upright. So the 5 of Shards is telling you that you are competing a lot. You're talking to yourself. This is what you're telling yourself. You're telling yourself that you're in competition, but you don't know who with. You're potentially fearing whatever competition is there as well. This could be all within in your own head. There could be people that you are competing with in the dark, and you could be very well aware of it. Things might be being kept from you. But to me, it's very much maybe that you could be, scared of competing. Maybe you're not used to competing with people and you're just scared of it. That could be why you're in a low vibration as well. You may think that you're always going to fail with that competing. Let's get some clarification on that 5 of Shards and the Moon card, please, Spirit. But yeah, you're very much telling yourself that you need to stand up for yourself. You need to compete. Potentially there's a lot of drama going on around you as well. And you're aware that certain things are being kept from you. There could be people saying things behind your back. A lot of rivalry that's going on in the background, or you're telling yourself that you've got a lot of rivalry. Now we have a Strength card in the reverse, the Star card in the reverse, and we have the 7 of Wands in the reverse. So you're also telling yourself that you're a coward. You're telling you've got this is like all your strength and courage isn't there. You're lacking self-esteem. You're lacking self-drive. You're lacking self-motivation. And you just don't have the strength, the courage, or even the willpower to forge ahead and go for what you want. The Star card in the reverse is telling me that you feel like the situation's hopeless, or you feel like everything is hopeless because you don't have the answers. You could be scared of the unknown. You could just be scared of the future. But you're very much telling me that you don't feel like there's any hope in that future. We also have the 7 of Wands, or 7 of Poles in this case. Now that's in the reverse, so it is telling me that you want to come out of conflict, you want to avoid drama, you want to move forward, and you want to basically just ignore everybody around you and just carry on doing what you want to do, and just carry on doing your own thing, which is good. At least you're telling yourself to just keep going. So you are telling yourself to just keep going, and you're telling yourself to, just ignore everybody and push forward. And it's like you're hoping things are going to get better, and you are trying to. You're just pushing ahead, rising above any provocation, keep forging a path forward. And that's what you're trying to do. But at the same time, you don't feel like there's much hope with you doing that. Or your path ahead is unknown to you, and it's making you lose a lot of hope. Now, what you're hiding from yourself out of shame or fear, we have a 6 of Vials in the reverse. Now that 6 of Vials is the same as the 6 of Cups. That's telling me that something from the past, you're either ashamed of it or you're fearful of it repeating itself. Now, this is usually, it could be a person from your past, it could be a past life soulmate, something that's happened in your past life that you're subconsciously aware of. It could very well be just something from your past that's resurfacing, or it's just made a big effect on you. Now, with it being in the reverse, it is suggesting to me that whatever it is, you were viewing it in a particular light that doesn't necessarily represent the true reflection of what happened. Now, it could very well be that you've had a particularly bad past, and this could just be representing a bad past. To me, though, this 6 of Vials suggests very much that what you are thinking of in the past is a little bit different to how you're thinking of it. So if you're looking at everything in a really negative light and you think everything was horrific growing up, or, whatever it is that you're reminiscing on, if you think it was really, really bad and it's consumed your thoughts thinking about how horrible it was, then you're missing something there, because it's not always as bad as it seems. Okay, so there's certain things that you need to be looking at, maybe appreciating what was going on, how far you've come, what did you do to compound certain issues, what could you have done differently, very much thinking of things like that. It could also be that you're looking at the past thinking that nothing can be as good as what was in the past. But actually, it's a warped view, and actually, there's a lot from the past that you can now do a lot better because you've learned from it. You know, and it wasn't as good as you think it was. So either way, it's something to do with a bit of a warped perception on something that's happened. Now, I'm not saying that you didn't have a bad past. Everybody has got something in the past that was particularly bad. I'm just saying that you need to potentially look at it from an alternative perspective. Now, I'm half expecting a Hanged Man to come out with that, but we will see. Can we get clarification of this 6 odd vials, please, Spirit? Okay, so we've got lots of king energy. We have a King of Poles, so that's the King of Wands in the reverse. We have a King of Junk. I love this card. It's the little worm. Hello. Love it. Anyway, yeah. So we've got the King of Junk, that's the King of Pentacles. And we have the Knight of Poles in the upright. To clarify that. So potentially these could be energies from the past. They could be, you know, personality traits that you're representing from the past that you could be a bit ashamed of, or you could be scared of resurfacing. So the King of Poles is somebody that lacks integrity. The King of Poles is very much somebody that is very commanding, can be a little bit abusive, sometimes physically abusive as well. So I can understand why that would be something that would strike a bit of fear in your heart, and potentially some shame as well, if that's traits that you are portraying. We have a King of Junk in the reverse. Now, the King of Junk represents a lack of abundance, potentially a lack of stability, financial ruin. It can be that, I mean, the King of Junk, he's very skilled at what he does, whether he's in the upright or whether he's in the reverse, but he's not very good at saving money. So he's great at working. He's, you know, still very much a commander, very much taking the lead, very much a boss. But when it comes to, you know, saving money and being stable, he's not any good at that. He can also be doing things slightly underhanded, potentially making money in a less than ethical way. But I've got a feeling this is more to do with a lack of stability, to be honest. I mean, it could be something to do with the others for some of you. But I think in this case, it's more to do with a lack of stability. So potentially you may have been in a relationship with somebody that was very controlling, potentially a bit aggressive, and you lacked a lot of stability. We also have a Knight of Poles. So there was a lot of passion in the past. But the Knight of Poles is somebody that runs out of energy very quickly. So maybe you charge into things with a lot of passion, but then that energy just fizzles out and you're no longer able to continue with the same level of passion that you've had. And it could be that your energy is now fizzled out, and that's why you're feeling this lack of passion. Now, we do have a 2 of Vials underneath. Oh, and a Hierophant as well. So you could even be in a long-term relationship. And it could be that you may be feeling that there's a lack of passion in this relationship. With 2 of Cups and then a Hierophant. So potentially this could have something to do with very much with how you're feeling about a long-term relationship. We've got the Queen of Cups or Queen of Vials underneath. And a Star card, yeah. It does look very much to me as though something to do with a relationship you can't decide on whether or not you're still feeling the passion within it. It's like you feel like there's a lot of competition, but you can't see the competition. Maybe you're under the impression that somebody is doing you dirty. Maybe somebody from the past has done you dirty, and you're expecting this person to do you dirty. Even though you're hoping that they're not. You see them as your wish fulfillment. You see them as nurturing and loving, but you just can't put your finger on it. You feel like you're constantly in competition. Yeah, and it's causing you a bit of depression from what I can tell from this. It's like constantly negative thinking and thinking about you know, people that have been people that have potentially cheated on you, left you in a less than stable place, ran off after somebody else, and, you know, repeating the cycles with people that come in with a lot of passionate energy but then leave you just as quick. Potentially it could have been that you've had a possible soulmate, a fake twin flame, you know, something like that could have potentially done it, and it might be taking you a while to get over that energy. Now, what you can do to help yourself, we have the Justice and we have the Ace of Stones. Now, the Justice card is very much telling me that you have got a big decision to make. You need to find some clarity. You need to make a decision. Now, the Ace of Stones, oddly, in this deck, the stones are the swords, which is weird because you'd think that the stones would be, you know, the earth energy because it's earth things. But stones are generally, they're actually more like weapons in the dark crystal, so that's why they're the swords. And we've got gems. I don't think there's any out at the minute, but the gems are the earth crystal, the earth one. Yeah, some pretty gems. But anyway, so yeah, so very much you need to make a decision. You need to make it fairly and based on the truth. This could even be a decision that's being made in your favour. I think it's something you've got to make, and I think you've got to find your truth, because we do have this Ace of Swords coming out to the side, which is suggesting to me that either a message or communication is coming into you. Now, it could be a little bit hard to work out the truth from in that message, because when it's in the reverse, it can be miscommunication, it can be untruthfulness coming towards you. In the upright, it's truth, it's freedom, it is very much you cutting ties with things that are no longer serving you. It is a challenge, so whatever this is, whether it's your truths, whether it's somebody coming forward to you with some clarity, you are going to get some clarity, or you're going to get a message, but it's going to be a little bit hard to understand, and it might be something that you don't want to admit to yourself as well. It could be something that you've been hiding from yourself for a while, so it could be a bit of a challenge to recognize it as your truth. But this is going to help you make this decision, whatever this decision is. And let's get some clarification on this Justice card and the Ace of Stones, please, Spirit. Okay, so the first card that come out is the Page of Feathers. Now that Page of Feathers, he's the Page of Swords, but he's in the reverse. So this suggests to me that you've still got some learning to do. You need to finish learning a lesson of some sort. It also can suggest that if you are watching somebody, you need to stop doing that. You need to give them a bit more freedom to do what they need to. Yeah, to me it's very much, I believe it's more just learning a lesson, and I've got a feeling that lesson is around your truth, and just the truth in general, so that you can actually make this decision and move forward. Now we've got a Queen of Pots. Now that Queen of Pots is the same as the Queen of Vials that was sitting here. The Queen of Pots is very much the Queen of Cups. So this decision is relating to somebody that is very loving and empathetic, very giving, very nurturing. Now this could also be suggesting that you need to embody these energies as well. Maybe you need to be very loving, very empathetic, very nurturing, and you potentially need to give as well. Now this is something that you need to either embody to help you move forward and heal, or like I say, it could be that this decision is being made about a Queen of Pots or a Queen of Cups. So if you've got somebody in your energy that represents that, it's very likely that the decision that you need to make is regarding them. If you don't have anybody in your energy with those traits, it's very much that you need to embody that. Instead of spying, being super critical, listening to gossip, You need to be very calm, patient, loving, giving, nurturing, you know, embracing empathy, forgiveness, in order to help you move forward. And we do have the Chariot as well, so very much successful forward movement, but you need to make sure that your heart and your head are both in alignment and that you are fully committed to what it is that you want, and you will have a successful move forward from whatever it is that you're currently stuck feeling. Now, what you need to release is the 5 of Vials. So that's very much sorrow and regret. So whatever sorrow and regret that you have got, and potentially a bit of guilt as well, and I've got a feeling it's to do with this 6 of Vials, whatever you have been holding on to, you need to release. Let's get some clarification, please, Spirit, because this is the depressive energy that you've been sitting in, and you need to let it go. Spirit, can we get some clarification of this 5 of Vials, please? Can we get one more, please, Spirit? Thank you. Okay, so we have the 5 of Poles in the reverse. We have the Demon or the Devil, and we have an Ace of Pots in the reverse as well. Now that 5 of Poles or 5 of Wands in the reverse is very much telling me that you need to cooperate instead of compete. So if you've been in any energies of competing with people, which here you feel like you are competing with people constantly, this is telling me that whatever conflict, whatever competing and whatever competition you feel is there that you've needed to defend yourself against all the time, this is very much telling me that you need to actually start cooperating with people. So ignore the conflict, get past the conflict and actually start cooperating. You need to release whatever conflict it is that you've been feeling. The Demon card then, or the Devil card, is very much telling me that you need to release some sort of obsessive or addictive or negative behaviours. Again, this could very much just relate to any guilt. You could be obsessively thinking about things, and that's bringing you down with your grief and your sorrow. Very much pulling yourself out of that negative energy and releasing it, letting it go. We do have the Ace of Pots there, so you may feel like you've missed an opportunity on something. Again, you need to release that feeling, because at the end of the day, the universe will give you what it is that you need and what you deserve. And if it's something where, you know, something isn't coming your way or is ended, it means that something better is due to come in for you. And you just need to make sure that you've got that faith in you know, that will come along. And if you dwell on painful things from the past, you're going to sit in pain. You need to try and be optimistic. You need to try and release any negativity, so that you can actually start being more optimistic and look forward to the future. Now, what you need to embrace, we have this 8 of Shards. Now, that is normally the 8 of Wands. When it's in the upright, it's usually fast incoming communication. This is suggesting that there will be some communication, but it's going to be slowly moving towards you because it's running out of steam. And there's me going really tired. So potentially, I mean, this could even have something to do with you running out of energy. Potentially there is a message that needs to happen, some communication that needs to happen, but it's not the right time yet, because it is very much that if you were to communicate now, you could end up miscommunicating. It's just not quite the right time yet. So embracing patience, because this communication is going to happen, but it's still some time off to do that. So it is going to be happening, but it's just slow communication to happen. Now, we do have the 3 of Feathers telling me that this is with regards to some sort of heartbreak. So you're going to have some communication with regards to some sort of heartbreak. We've got a 2 of Pots in the reverse, so very much a relationship that has broken down, a union that's in disharmony, and we've got that Ace of Poles again. So very much potentially whatever this is for yourself, whatever this, you know, higher commitment is that you've in the energy of, you know, has it all fallen apart? Have you still got the passion? This is very much communicating with regards to this, potentially communicating that you're heartbroken, that the passion has gone, you know, heartbroken about being in disharmony. It's very much that there is that communication that's going to come, but like I say, it's just a little bit, it's not quite coming just yet. You need to embrace the fact that it will come. It's just going to take some time. You need to make sure that you know what it is that you want. You need to make sure you know what your truths are, and you need to make sure you've got this decision before you can communicate that. Because like I say, if you were to try communicating it now, you know, there's just going to end up with miscommunication, and you're going to end up in arguments, potential rivalries, disputes, drama, you know, and all of your cards is telling me that you need to avoid that. Avoid the conflict, avoid the drama, try and, you know, communicate, cooperate, and avoid drama. Like I say, it could very well be that you're feeling hurt. Something's happened from the past that you are scared of very much, of repeating again. Potentially you've been in a long-term relationship before where it's gone sour. Like I say, here we've got somebody with a very negative, controlling energy, making you feel like you're out of abundance and in and out energy as well. So yeah, very much that you're scared that that's going to repeat itself, but very much you do have a decision to make with regards to your Queen of Cups, or Queen of Pots, or vials, whatever you want to call her. But yeah, right here at the beginning, very much convincing yourself that you're competing with somebody, but you just don't know who, and that you just don't have the strength or the courage to compete, and that you feel like things are just absolutely hopeless. Maybe it's that you've not got the strength or courage to fight for a particular relationship anymore, and you don't see the point. You just feel like it's going to be absolutely hopeless. But you know, you've got cooperation all over the place. You want to move forward. You want to have cooperation. You want success. You want a happy, successful move forward. So yeah, getting yourself to that point of communication. Like I say, it's going to be slow going, but you are going to have that communication. It is coming on what it is that you want. You've just got to get yourself to that point. You've got to get yourself in the mind frame. You've got to get over the feeling of whatever loss or regret this is, you know, representing, to get yourself ready for that communication. Right, let's get you an Angel of Light card as well. See if Spirit's got any more information that it would like to pass on to you. Okay, so you get two. So you have got introspection and acknowledgement. So introspection then, your angel guidance is to find a quiet space for contemplation and look within. It is time to withdraw and review your life. Taking time and space for yourself gives you an opportunity to recuperate from life's challenges, to reflect on the way ahead, strengthen yourself and prepare for the next phase of your life. During times of introspection, you can become aware of your gifts, your inner reserve and your wisdom. It is time for healing. Still your mind and quieten your emotions. Ask your angel's wings to enfold you and provide you with a safe haven in which to relax. Then you can listen to the promptings of your angel inspiring and guiding you. Your affirmation: I claim time and space for myself. Acknowledgement. Look after yourself by acknowledging your desires and needs and take steps to meet them. Examine and note your gifts, talents and achievements. When you accept all aspects of yourself, you feel centered and confident. Then you can genuinely acknowledge others. Become aware of and nurture the good qualities of the people in your life so they feel relaxed and happy in your presence. Angel wisdom reminds you to recognize who you truly are, an evolved spirit in a human body. When you acknowledge your spiritual dimensions, you will align with your true self and your spirit will soar. And the affirmation: I acknowledge who I truly am. Right, I hope that's given you some ideas on what healing you can do to work on and help yourself, Aries. I hope you enjoyed your reading today. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that does need to hear it. Good luck with your healing, and thank you for joining me.